Good evening, and welcome to the 1927 Club, 1927 podcast. We won't get into the politics around that. If you're a regular, you'll know what we mean. But good evening, all. Quite a few comments in the chat already. So thank you for tuning in. I am joined by my co-host for this evening, Mr. Rhys David Evans. Good evening, my friend. How are we?
Evening. Even better tonight now with the win. Not too bad.
Yeah, it was start from the very beginning. What a start today, wasn't it? I don't think anybody could have wished for that. A goal within the first minute. A good, great goal as well, wasn't it, in fairness?
Yeah, team effort. Again, it's just, I think we needed to go straight at them, I think, didn't we? Like, we can't keep sitting back in games trying to avoid pressure. So, to be fair, straight away, I don't know if it was a last-minute thing, he changed the tactics, or if it was his plan all along to play that system. But it was great to see us more attacking today, like.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think you was, when we reviewed the game the other night, I think he was questioning, obviously, he's known as an attacking coach, and yeah, perhaps there's somebody there watching, but then took note. You never know.
Well, I said go to a 4-2-3-1, play wingers, play wide, play with pace, press them, and we did those things today.
Yeah, 100% agree with it. Let's, before I dive into the comments, early doors, any surprises in the starting lineup today from you?
When I seen the lineup, first of all, I was surprised Darlan was brought straight back in. We had a bit of a nightmare against Sheffield United, so I was surprised that. Annoyed to see Chambers in the lineup when I first seen it. I thought he can't defend. He's not a centre back. He just can't do it. So I was annoyed at that. Happy to see Ashford starting, but I was concerned that he was going to be playing a narrow front three. I think he needs to be out wide when he can run at teams and stuff. And I thought if he's narrow, he will be able to do that. So I was a bit surprised at the lineup like that. But when I see now they actually set up, I think I was a bit more surprised to see Chambers in the middle next to CEO. I think that just defensively allowed Robertson to drift and wander and do what he wanted as a free role, which benefited us. And then to see the players playing wide with I was happy. And Ruben needed to be dropped, I'm not going to lie. He's been poor lately, so I'm glad he got dropped to show that just because you're a name with the club doesn't mean you're going to start.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I Ashford come on the last game, didn't he? And his 10-minute cameo showed what he can do. And I think he earned our start today. And I think we've been crying out for him to give the youngsters a go. And I was really, really impressed with his performance, to be fair. Not only going forward, but his ability to be able to track back and defend as well. There was a couple of times where, he's tracked back and he's, to help the defence. And, it goes a long way, doesn't it? And it obviously helps the defence out.
Exactly. Well, it's not even that. It shows determination as well. Like, we've questioned a lot of players, fighting and stuff. Certain players jogging back, certain players not putting a foot in, certain players ducking out of challenges. Oxford game, El Ghazi chickening out of a one-on-one sort of thing. Yeah. But to see a player like that just running back, getting stuck in, winning the ball back. And to be fair, he won the ball back a few times. I think at one point he won they were on the attack and he nicked off the winger. Like, did really well, to be fair, defensively. And I think when you got someone like Newport behind you as well, who will run non-stop, I think it allows him, if he does make a mistake tracking back, you've got an experienced player behind you helping out as well. So I think I was massive today.
I thought he was outstanding again with Newport. Absolutely outstanding. Considering, and we tend to say this week in, week out now, considering we thought he was going at the end of the season, another brilliant shift from him today.
Exactly. I said at the start of the season, I don't know what he offers. And I hold my hands up, he's become a fan favourite of mine now. Like, no matter where he plays, he works his absolute socks off. And he gives 100% to the club. And that's all we want as fans. And to be fair, he's earned his praise to me. I think at the minute, I'd say O'Dowd will be my player of the season if I had to pick right now. But Newport's right behind him, a close second. He's been absolutely outstanding for us, Newport to have.
When Perry NG's fit then, do you think Perry NG will come back in? Or do you think he's got to... I think he's got something to do to try and get rid of Motor out of that spot now. Because, like you said, I think he's been absolutely outstanding, and he doesn't look out of place. He doesn't look nervy for me. I think he's been brilliant.
Yeah, again, the Norwich game he played right back. It was his first start for us since God knows what I can remember, and he kept Sands at the game. Man of the match, that one. Against Sheffield United, he was at right back. He was solid on the right position. They couldn't touch us on that side, really. Again, say now, on the right forward again. I mean, if Perry NG's fit, he's on the bench for me. He doesn't come near that 11. I think Mortar has just shown not what little he has to do, but how poor Perry has been, that our midfielders come into that position and he's just slid right in and done a job a lot better than he have.
Yeah. Surprised not to see Will Fish getting a chance today, or I thought he might have had the nod today, but no, still on the bench, still not getting any minutes. I know you've said about possibly him going out on loan in January, but strength and depth wise, I don't think we can afford to send him out on loan, can we?
I think he's got big. I could play centre half if need be. Worst case scenario: Chambers, Gutas, Darland, who could play centre half.
He's a midfielder, mind if you listen to Watford's comment there.
Yeah, he's O'Dowd's our natural left back and the only one at the club apparently. But yeah, I think we got enough cover defensively, and we got youngsters coming through as well who I think can do a job. I was a bit gutted. I don't know. It's one of those where I wanted Rino Mortar to start today. I think he's earned it. I was gutted not to see Capaccio start though, and I thought Rino Mortar could have slotted in midfield. Add Capaccio right back. I thought he's earned it. I thought he's done well when he's come on and shown what he can do. So I was a bit disappointed.
I done a 11 that I thought, and I had Capaccio at right back, and I put Reno in the middle next to Robertson. And yeah, when I seen Chambers line up there, and I thought, what are we doing here, type of thing. I don't think he had a great game. I know lots of people said he has done well. Don't get me wrong. For him to slot out the defence and go into midfield, I just think some points he looked like an headless chicken in the sense that he was just out of position and things. And I think he got beat quite easy for their goal, if I remember rightly. But I don't know. I'm no expert. That's just my opinion. And I know others have said he done really well and things. But surely we've got better and stronger options within the club.
I think it says a lot to you, right? That our centre back, our defence looked a lot more solid without Chambers in the back line. I think Gutas and Darland look more comfortable without him being around them. I thought Chambers looked better in the midfield, but it's one of those ones where it's hard to tell whether he's been so poor at the back that anything will be an improvement. But there's a few situations, say, like intelligence-wise, I thought was poor. Like his yellow card, he sort of snaps his legs to try and scissor a player down. He's pulling players back, but there's no need to because his cover come in, and they're not in a dangerous position. But he's pulling players' shirts. Yeah. There's no need for his intelligence and reading. Sometimes is so poor. He did wander quite a lot and leave a lot of space in behind. So he was on the right hand side. He'd drift over to the left. Be massive gaps. Thankfully, Watford didn't exploit them spaces. Yeah. But I think it shows that he's not a centre back for us. He's nowhere near a centre back level for us. Does he play midfield at home against Coventry? I don't know.
I was quite happy with the way we set up in the end today. And like I said, perhaps, fair play to him. If the manager have asked him to go there and do a job, and as Martin says in the comments, he has played in that role before for Fulham when Fulham played in the Championship. So there's no doubt that perhaps, he'd be able to do it. So full credit to him for stepping up and playing in a different position.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be surprised. I think the manager probably would go with that again now come Coventry on Wednesday. And
it was interesting because, again, we've seen away from home lately and at home we've been playing with a back five because we were just trying to avoid defeat every chance. I think when you set up to avoid defeat, you basically rule out the chance of winning the game, really, let's be honest. Unless you nick a goal from a set piece, you're not going to score. So to see us go to a 4-2-3-1, say, with actual wingers again, I thought that was brilliant. But this was away from home, so it's interesting to see now on Wednesday if he goes again attacking-wise at home. Because if he goes defensive at home now, you're thinking, hang on, and are you saying at home we're too easy to beat and away we're better? So it's just one of those. So I thought we just looked a lot more solid at the back. I thought Guta switched off after 80 minutes. I thought they should have equalised Watford. The free head at the back post at the end, they should have equalised. Guta switched off, but a win's a win. And I think every one of them had a better game today than they have done for recent weeks. So
I just think we had a bit of luck on our side today, didn't we? You know, the last couple of away games, was it Coventry, Stoke? You know, we should have come away with victories there, really, but obviously there was goals towards the end, and obviously we didn't come away with that's my boy yawning in the background. We didn't come away with the full points, but I think, you know, we haven't had much luck. This hopefully is the start of another decent run now. It'd be nice to go through January, perhaps now undefeated, get us pulled away from that relegation zone, because although we won today, we're still down there. So
yeah. So this is the thing now. You win Wednesday, and you see you out the relegation zone. All of a sudden, players might look at you and go, "I might join that club then," because they pull in the right direction now. These things are going well. One tactical thing I noticed in mine was, I don't know if it's because Chambers was next to him, but CEO got forward a lot more.
I thought he was outstanding, CEO, today, and perhaps, you know, having that defensive midfielder next to you, perhaps that gave him a bit more confidence to think, right, I can go a little bit more forward because I got somebody there who can help mop up anything that comes through. So I think it probably did give CEO that bit more confidence today.
Yeah.
And I thought it was probably one of his best games in a Cardiff shirt, to be fair.
Well, he was the point for our press as well. So as soon as he pressed, everyone else went. And it started with him a lot, it did. So seeing him bomb forward, he had a shot as well, which was actually going on target for once. And then, unfortunately, got blocked with a corner. But, yeah, it was really happy with that. I thought it's just good to see some width again. I mean, Tanner coming back was a positive for us because we lacked wide players. I still think we need pace in January. But it was good to see us play high, wide. We didn't sit back for 90 minutes. We did invite with pressure. They scored. But we didn't crumble like we have done. We actually got back on the ball, went back up the other end, scored again. And to be fair to Ashford, I thought he was going to shoot when he went through. I thought if he shoots now, he's seen the better man running across from him, made the pass, got the assist, 2 goals for Robertson. Again, his confidence will be sky high now going to Wednesday. Yeah. It's a massive for us, that is.
Yeah, I thought he showed great composure. Like I said, he could have panicked and thought, I got to hit this straight away, but he didn't. He looked up, seen Robinson was in the middle, and you know, hats off to him. Like I said, I thought he was brilliant today, Ashford. And considering, you know, what he's been through, there's been rumours that his attitude haven't perhaps been the best. He got something to do with the Wales and the 21s. He got taken out of there, didn't he? And
yeah,
I think there was issues with Cardiff as well. But, you know, it's nice to see him now starting to put, you know, some performances in. He's knuckled down, working hard, and, you know, long may it continue. Hopefully he'll get a run in the team now, and, you know, we can exploit that pace he's got. Because 100%, I thought it made a difference to Robinson up top as well, having somebody alongside him then, should we say, with that pace as well.
Well, it's good as well to see, because Robinson, we know, drops into a 10 role sometimes to pick the ball up. And usually when he drops deep but he gets the ball, he looks forward, there's no one ahead of him. But see, he had runners like Ashford and Willock further forward, so he could play the ball wide to them. He could give it and then go, which was a massive plus for us. I just think it's the monkey off the back again. Like, we've gone so long without to win. Every game now comes, it's another one, another mistake or another goal conceded. But today was 2 goals, 3 points. And hopefully now that just takes a lot of pressure off the players. And obviously, you know, they're still in trouble, but they go to Wednesday now with a bit more, not relaxed, but a bit more. It's not going to be one of those, if they miss a pass, it's not going to eat away them, it's not going to bother them. It's like, we've got the win, and hopefully now Wednesday, kick on, get another 3 points, hopefully.
Yeah, and, you know, let's make no bones about it. It'll be another difficult game on Wednesday against Coventry, who've got Frank Lampard there now, haven't they?
Yeah.
I think they drew 0-0 today with Millwall.
Yep.
I think they won their last game on Boxing Day. Did they beat Plymouth 4-0?
Yeah, you can't really consider that one a game, because let's be honest, Rooney's whipping by forever in the league. Everyone's beaten Plymouth this season, really. I mean, look, we smashed them 5-0. So, I mean, it just shows how bad our manager Rooney is. So, thank God we haven't got him. But yeah, I wouldn't take the 4-0 win would have done them wonders. But again, 0-0 against Millwall today. A team has had the breakdown. Lampard's not got the best. His sides don't have the best ability to break teams down if they dig in deep. Like, so we need to make sure we are 100% now on Wednesday, focused, play our game, but don't sit back. Let's actually attack them, put them under pressure with the home side.
Especially at home as well.
Yeah,
like you said today, you know, attacked right literally from the first minute, and they're under pressure straight away because we scored a goal in the first minute. And what I loved was the fact that Robin, obviously we've been going through a difficult time, and people are calling for the board to go. I think we all understand the reasoning behind that and stuff, but I just loved the fact that Robinson scored his goal, run all the way over to the manager, and just showed. And I just think, I know he's been slated and he doesn't know what he's doing. By some people have said things and that, but I just, it goes to show the players still want to play for him. That's what I think anyway. But yeah.
To be fair, mind, I don't think the criticism of Rhys has been unfair or unwarranted. I mean, look at the performances some of the players have been putting in, and they still get games week in, week out. And he's not really made any big changes. Dropped the back 5, sat back, right of pressure, no pressing, and we can see that he looks clueless sometimes. So long term, I don't see him as a manager. I'm glad to see a player celebrate with him because it shows there's some unity in the club. Because there's a lot of talk that certain players are causing problems behind the scenes. So maybe that was a message to them that just because you're against us, don't mean we're all together. So that's a good thing. But I just think players coming back from injury is a massive boost today. I thought Tanner coming back was great. Seeing Ashford start was great. Kipaki was on the bench. I think there's certain players at that club, I think, that want to be there, want to fight for the club, I think. O'Dowd got off injured as a worry because I think O'Dowd has been our best player this season by far. I think when certain players have dropped their heads, he's kept going for us, to be fair. So to lose him into injury again is disappointing.
Yeah. Was that did he go off after that? Andrews got yellow carded for.
Yeah.
But again, that typifies the type of bloke he is. I would say similar to the Challenge El Ghazi thing the other day. But he weren't backing out. There was no way he was backing out to that. And he won the free kick.
Well, that's the thing, because you just think, even if you don't, you're not going to win the ball, if you go down, you win a free kick, they might get yellow carded. That player loser today, he should have had 2 yellow cards. He was lucky to get. I thought the ref had a great game today, by the way. I thought the ref was, to be fair, the ref was outstanding today. I thought he was fair in his decision making. I thought he right calls. No issues with the ref today. I would have thought loser would be sent off, but the ref had control of the game, so that's off to him. But that's the difference between El Ghazi and a player like O'Dowd who's playing for the badge. Because he will go for that challenge. He will keep going. And again, Sally's got off injured, and we don't know how bad that is. Hopefully, it's just a knock. He's back fit by tomorrow now. He's just a bit bruising, whatever. But he's a big player for us. He's a big loss if he's out.
Yeah, massive. Right, let's dive into some of these comments because there's quite a few there. Evan James, this was posted early before we come on. The one game I don't watch and we win. Can't complain about the win, but I'm still not convinced. Performance looked night and day difference on highlights, but it's likely a fluke win today. Hope I'm wrong.
I thought we did better than... I thought we did okay today. I thought we outplayed Watford and we stopped them playing the game as well. I think they couldn't handle us. Yeah,
I thought, like you said, defensively, I thought we were strong. I think first half they had the majority of the ball. I thought the first 15 minutes we controlled the game, to be fair. And then obviously they come into it. Disappointed to concede that goal around the 40th minute, was it, I think. But I just think it showed great composure from us because how many times have we gone 1-0 up, conceded a goal, and then conceded another one quite quickly?
Yeah.
But for us to go up the other end on the back of them scoring and us score a goal after a couple of minutes, I just thought it was brilliant. And, to get that goal just before half-time as well, probably, give us a massive boost and obviously a massive knock to their confidence because, it's not often we've been blessed by being able to go up the other end and score goals so quickly after someone scored against us. So it was a nice change today, that was.
Well, we did to them what teams have been doing to us at home, making the fans get edgy, start getting on the players' backs. I think half-time we could do a few of the Watford fans booing. And then every time a misplaced pass happened or a player was tackled, you could hear the groans and moans in the crowd. I think that helped as well. I think we did to them what teams had done to us. So it was just good to see us playing some proper football again. We didn't sit back. We actually got on the ball. I think with a bit more confidence, we could have been 3-1 up at the end. 3-4. I mean, Tanner had a chance to hit on. We could have scored. Yeah. A few of the players had a couple of headers we could have scored from. I just think on another day, we could have been 3-4 up.
Yeah. The travelling fans very loud as well. Be interested if anybody is in the chat and you made it to Vicarage Road today. Let us know what the atmosphere was like. Again, it's probably night and day difference to what it was like at Sheffield United. It was it was Sheffield United last game, wasn't it?
Oxford the last game.
Oxford was
Sheffield was the last home game.
Yeah, I don't. This time of year now, I don't know my arse from my elbow. I'll be honest. I don't even
Where's
know
Bindi? That's the question.
But yeah. Right, back to the comments. Jeff does believe you're wrong, Ev. It's going to be the start of another roll, I think. John Watkins, I thought we would get a heavy defeat. What do I know? Shows what they can do if they want to. Credit to Rhys for selection and tactics. Oh. Loads in here now to filter through. Message from Lou. Another new name in the chat. Thank you. Ashford equals pace. Causes much more of a threat. 100% agree. Again, I think we both said we thought he was brilliant today.
Don't afraid to run at people, is he? Like other players will get the ball, look to cut back, pass it. He'll run at players, which is something we've been missing for a while now, really.
Yeah. Stu, that was a fantastic performance today. Full of energy, fight and desire. That Oxford was devoid of any of that. Unexpected, but what a great day. And, let's make no bones about it. I don't think Watford had lost at home previous to today.
Since March.
March last year, or March this year, sorry.
I think it's 17 games, isn't it?
Yeah. So,
and we haven't won away since April.
Yes, exactly. So, it wasn't. You could understand people not being very optimistic today, but yeah, just go. How many times have we had this year? Somebody come to us, haven't won a game for 13 games, and they've taken points from us, or they've beaten us at home.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was our turn today, wasn't it?
I just think we played to our strengths. I mean, the five at the back, we can't get the ball up the top place quick enough. Time the ball gets to Robertson up top, we lose it, so there's no cover for him. But today, we have players further forward. We allowed Robertson to drift and wander forward into space, which meant he could get on the ball and do damage. Players wide who can receive the ball and get in the box. Robertson was able to stay further forward and pick the ball up. I just think today suited us so much better, the 4-2-3-1, with two holding midfielders. But we've seen how good we are with two number 8s, really, with Robertson and Turnbull when he's back. So that's the thing, Ed.
Does it worry you, Watford? I haven't seen the stats. I'm going to try and get them up now. But does it worry you at all? And I know away from home, you would tend maybe not to have the ball as much. But I think the first half, it was 75% possession to 25. Does that worry you at all that, Watford had so much possession of the ball, or was you happy with, what we was able to do when we did have the ball, and when we didn't have the ball, you was happy with, how he was defending type of thing?
Well, obviously you want more of the ball, but I think if you looked at the stats as well, it showed that the ball was in the middle of the pitch 40% of the game. I think it was either side and 20, in the final third of either side, 20%. So they had the ball a lot, but they did nothing with it. I think that's because the two home midfielders just forced them back all the time. So I wasn't too bothered by that. I mean, the only time they looked like scoring was when they did score, and then at the end they looked like scoring an equaliser. But other than that, they didn't really threaten us, I didn't think. Yeah. I don't think Alnick had a lot to do today. I thought Gutas and Darland were composed and solid for 85 minutes. They were brilliant. So I wasn't too bothered with the possession. Like I said, they did nothing with it. If they know in our final third non-stop for 70 minutes, then obviously there's a worry there because you can't keep the ball somehow. We did change our midfield. But today I just thought we just stopped them playing. And again, they had the ball, they would go back to the keeper, back to the left. It was like watching us really the last few weeks. Back to the left back, then across the right back, then to the middle, then back to the centre. It was just that a lot it was. So I thought we held on to the ball better and we did more with it. So I wasn't too bothered by the start.
Yeah, just looking back on it now, 72% possession Watford had and 28% we had. So, yeah, but it just goes to show stats can mean bugger all. It's the ball in the back of the net is what takes the 3 points home, isn't it?
Exactly.
Lewis Watts. Cheers, buddy, for commenting. That's more of the fight we need. Can't drop from that. Our buddy Jeff is in the chat as well. Let me find him. Just 19 backward passes today. Had your little black book out, Jeff, did you? Ticking them off as they were doing it. I'm not sure if I said, if there's any other Cardiff fans who did go to Vicarage Road today, let us know what the atmosphere was like. Chuck a message in the comments and I'll get to it. Stu says Chambers and CO, both superb today. I think going back to what we mentioned earlier, I just think personally CO's confidence went up a bit and just perhaps felt a little bit more relaxed and with the ability that he could press a little bit more forward type of thing, because Chambers was there to tidy up if anything had happened. And
to be fair, like behind him, I thought Darlan had his best game for us today. He got on the ball, he was playing, some of the passes he was playing was brilliant, and he got forward a few times. I thought Darlan was the player we looked to sign. I thought we hadn't seen much of him. We'd seen him in the Swansea game, he looked brilliant. Then we lost him for injury, and he came back and he struggled. But today he looked like a different player. I think him and Gutas looked just comfortable together as well. It looked like they'd been playing all season together, which was great. So I'm hoping that long may that continue, them two as a partnership.
100%. Martin Ryan, after all the criticism this season, it was great to see Ashford show what a positive mentality he has. Yeah, I think we said earlier, we've had some troubles on and off the field. More off the field, I think, has been, not that I know the ins and outs of anything, but just obviously what you sure that's been reported. But yeah, again, thought he come on today, he didn't come on, he started, he worked hard, and thoroughly deserved his start, in my opinion. I thought he backed that up. The manager put trust in him, and I thought he was outstanding. Jonathan Davis says, Evan, it was no fluke, mate. The players gave it their all today. Even CO nearly scored, which would have had Rob Boyle bouncing. Yeah.
Well, his favourite player scored again today, didn't he? Carlan Grant.
I don't know.
He scored again today.
I'd take him back now, January, would you?
Oh, I got to lose in the first place. I think the hard work he did on the left-hand side defensively last year was outstanding, especially when you see him get Dowda play left-back. We had Jamru play left-back. He worked his socks off last year, left-back for us. I'd take Carlan Grant back. He's a workhorse.
Yeah. Paul, we won, lads. They listened to the show. Chambers, credit where it's due, did well. Reno was my man of the match, but it was close. Everyone played their part, which is pleasing to see for a change. What a difference in 2 games on it. Like the away fans at Oxford were, shouting and screaming at them, you're not fit to wear the shirt. And then best thing since sliced bread after winning today is just a bit bonkers. Jeff Dela Cruz, and they binned the playing out from the back today. Is that the Richard Shaw effect? Sai must be watching. They definitely watch the channel.
Like I always say, every single player we have is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Paul agrees with Jeff. I don't think it works playing from the back. Gives me heart palpitations every time we do it. Vincent Taylor, good evening, buddy. Great win today. Callum Robinson, great turn of foot. Also, Cian Ashford, great to see him start. Yeah, I thought his first goal, Callum Robinson, fair play, considering it was his weaker foot. Great strike, wasn't it? Fast to goal, pretty much, when they turned, bang.
He's a great player, to be fair, and let's be honest. I mean, 1.5 million. It's sad we only seen glimpses of it. Like, if he could keep a run going,
yeah,
he could be our first player to score double figures for us since Kiefer Moore.
Yeah.
So in the league, that isn't it? But we need to keep him scoring to be fit.
Obviously, as well known, he's been struggling with injury. So has credit got to go to Reza in the sense that they're managing him well? Do you think, or I don't know. I personally think perhaps if that's the case, and he's come out and they've said that he's struggling with injury. So if they've got to manage him and just let him play 15, 20 minutes here and there, I don't know. What's your thoughts?
If it's another injury he's struggling with, then this question's got to be asked. One, by the scouting department, we'll keep finding players who are all injury prone. 2, what's happening on the training ground? I love Callum Dowda, but he's never lasted a full season for us. He's injured for most of it every year. It's frustrating. Ramsey, you can forgive him because it's his leg, maybe. That's why he's always injured. But then we had Evo Adams, the shoulder injury, then he pulls his leg muscles. Robertson's got a back injury, then he's got leg muscles problems. We always seem to pick up injuries in training. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening there. If they are managing him and he's still getting games out of him, fair play to the manager for somehow working that out. But something's happening in the training. It's got to be looked at because the amount of injuries we get year after year after year, and some of these players, again, they miss 3 to 4 months of season out of injury end. So something's got to happen.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. I haven't seen any of the interviews after today's game. So I don't know how close the likes of Atete, Isaac Davis are, Rambo. But I'm sure it was the end, like towards the middle of the end of this month. Perhaps all 3 of them might be back. So I think we just need everybody in the building back fit as possible because, you know, every game's a difficult game and the more options we got, the better, I think.
I think January we'll have an idea now of what's actually happened in the club because I think there'll be a few players that leave in January that will surprise some of the fans, and it'll not be because they wanted to go or anything, it'll be because of their attitude they've shown at the club. Oh, sorry, it'll not because the club wants them to go, it'll be because the players wanted to go with their attitude and stuff. So I think a few will leave now that will surprise some. Again, players in, though, that's the biggest thing for us now. We're in such a desperate need for fresh bodies in. I mean, a new player could lift the mood of the place as well. New players with different characters in the dressing room could lift the mood of the place completely. So January's massive for us now. We got to get this spot on. I know Rhys said he only needs 1 or 2 only. He needs 5 or 6 in my opinion. But then we got to move players out as well. So we'll see what happens in January now. Hopefully, though, the players they've identified, we make a move for early and get them done as soon as possible. Because the last 2-3 years, we made our signings the last 3-4 days of January. At that point,
let's hope we're not waiting for old Jeff White to announce it on the last bloody countdown on the last day. Jonathan Davis's favourite Reno moment today was when their winger thought he could run through him and just bounced him off. Stu says, get the ball forward quicker, as we did today. Makes such a difference. I thought we looked so dangerous on that counter-attack today. You know, it was really, I don't know, I suppose you feel confident, I suppose, every time we got an opportunity, a chance of breaking away, that we're going to create something, I think.
Well, I think it helps when you got, like I said, with Ashford now, you got someone with a bit of pace and someone who's direct with the ball. He'll run at defenders. He'll run and take it wide. You know, he's not looking to stop, cut back, cut inside. He's looking to just run it. And if you've got something like that with the ball, you know you can just run into space yourself and hopefully get on the end of something. You haven't got to worry about him stopping, cutting back, and you're offside. You just keep running yourself. So that helps as well. It's, again, with Robertson playing as a free roll 10 today, you just see he just loves to drift into spaces, pocket spaces, the left-hand side, right-hand side. With Ruben, he sticks to one side, the right-hand side all the time. Robertson was just all over the place in the final third, just wandering around, picking up pockets of space, getting on the ball, giving it and going. So I think it was just a clever. Every player played cleverly today. They was brilliant. They were all really well done. They were.
Jonathan Davis, I think you said this earlier. Chambers was a better centre defensive midfielder today than he was a centre back. Stu says Bagan quite clearly is in front of Fish for the manager. I think everybody's in front of Fish at the moment. I don't know what he's doing in training to not get the nod, but I suppose Gutas, Chambers has been difficult, hasn't it?
It's I'm not sure. Again, Reno's fantastic today, to be fair to him. Again, another game, another performance from him. He's quickly become one of those players to me that we'll one day lose and we'll look back and think he should have played more. He should have a lot bigger career than us. I can see why Reading fans were gutted to lose him now.
Right, I'm just scrolling back through these comments. I don't know if I'll get through them all tonight because there's bonkers how many's in there. So let's start flying through them a bit quicker. Chambers played in midfield for Fulham in the Championship. Gutas and Darland. There's a solid centre-back partnership. Yeah, I think we said earlier that thought Darland, was that one of his better games he've had for us today?
Yeah, I thought both of them. I thought they read the game well. I think they were both comfortable with each other there. I think it helps when it's two of you there because you know what space you're defending. You're not having to stick on one side only and run into someone else. I think it helps a lot, that does.
Stu reckons Darland at fault for the Watford goal, dragged into no man's land, which meant Gutas and Reno followed the man across. He was better second half, but I don't rate him. He's no better than Chambers.
I thought Gutas was left out of position that one for the goal, I thought. And then Reno had to come and cover the man Gutas should have been covering. Because Gutas followed the ball and the runner, and it was just left his man wide open at the back. So Reno had to come and cover him there, which left the man Reno should have been marking wide open. So I think it was Gutas was slightly a fault for that one. But again, it's one of those games where that happens. After every 10 times, that happens once out of 10. 9 out of 10 times that doesn't get to him. So
Jeff Dela Cruz, Chambers suited CEO, who had his best ever game for City. Of course, he plays against Coventry. He has to. Ashford did get told by one of the coaches to help track back to help Reno, but was also nullified Watford's game plan. How many people did Cardiff, like coaches-wise? It looked as if they had about 6 or 7 different people on the touchline, didn't they?
I know that Tom Lammers had given like a team talk before the game started on the pitch, didn't he? I seen that in the end. He was there. You had Shaw and Dan Purse, both of the earpieces in, talking and stuff. That was good to see. But again, the more coaches we have there, that only helps Rhys out. We know we lost like fitness coaches and stuff. We need all these people in there, the club. Yeah.
Jeff, lads, concentrate on the massive positives, not the tiny amount of negatives. I think the only reason we mention it is obviously we want to turn them negatives into positives. So
it's got to be a fair, balanced view of things, isn't it? You can't just like...
Jonathan Davis, it was crazy the amount of space we left their winger for their goal, but we didn't allow them much other than that, which was good. I fully thought the ref was pointing to the spot towards the end again, though. Yeah, heart in the mouth type of thing, especially when they announced there was 7 minutes of injury time and it was near around 10 minutes in the end, wasn't it?
Again, I thought the ref had a great game. I wasn't worried at the end of the tackle. I thought he's been solid so far. He won't make a mistake now, I didn't think. I was comfortable with the tackle as well.
Yeah. I think he allowed certain things to go for both teams, to be fair.
Yeah.
Almost scored a cracker, did CEO. Kian Ashford and Ollie Tanner also had very good opportunities. Martin Ryan, Tanner and Colwell can add attacking intent as well. Jeff Dela Cruz, do you think Tanner suited playing on the left and Ashford a right footer on the right? What's your thoughts on that?
It's one of those where he can get the ball in quicker. He's not looking to cut inside all the time, which is one of the things he does, and defenders can read now. I thought he looked a bit better. I thought he did look a bit rusty out in mine, I won't lie. He looked a bit like he's been out for a while. I think hopefully a couple more games under his belt, he'll be back to normal. I thought Ruben, when he came on, he looked a bit lightweight. I thought he pushed off the ball a few times too easy. But Ashford was just, again, on the right foot out wide. He's just what he wants now. If he's left-footed on the right-hand side, you know he's going to cut back because he's not going to use his weaker foot to cross the ball in. So they're going to show him the outside. But with this one, you can't show him the outside because he will take advantage of it. So it helps having natural players on the natural side, like.
Keep playing Ashford and Robinson, says Vincent Taylor. Jonathan Davis, I think Tanner done a right on the left, but he puts better shots in from the right. It's a fair comment. Slowly, the injury list is getting better. Robinson said after the game that more lads will be available over the next couple of weeks now to kick on. Let's just hope we don't lose any more. Like we said, O'Dowda went off injured today. I think Willock, I think he's being managed because obviously he came off at half time, didn't he, against Oxford, and obviously he went off again today. So, yeah, hopefully we can keep him fit. Gavin, another new name in the chat. Cheers, buddy. I thought Seo had a good game in midfield. This is a great comment from Martin. I don't think Ashford, as young as he is, has ever had a bad game for us. Such a positive player. Again, I think we both said he was outstanding today. And I watched the game on Watford's. I paid Watford's thing today to watch it on their channel. Honest. And obviously, I had to listen to Watford's commentary. And their commentators were full of praise for Ashford, in fairness, and they reckon within 12 months he'd be playing for Liverpool. As long as they give us 15, 20 million.
To be fair, mind, they also said Big was a centre midfielder, didn't he? So to be fair to him.
Yeah. But no, jokes aside, keep Ashford as long as we can. John Watkins, over the years, a number of moderate players have switched position and become outstanding. Give Chambers a chance. He could be the next. 100%. 100%. I think we started off picking the bones of things he could do better. But like I said, got to appreciate him moving from one position into the next. It's not easy. I know even though he's a professional, so you've got to give him credit for that. Jonathan Davis, Plymouth fans are starting the Rooney out chance. I want them to keep him. Yeah, I think we do as well, to be fair. Steve, we could do with you all going to the game on Wednesday and bring your mates. The team needs the support. 100%. I'll be there on Wednesday. Rhys will be there on Wednesday. Let's get it in numbers. Josh just shouted, are you going to Costco on Wednesday, Rhys?
Yeah, if you want to go Costco.
Yeah.
Canton 103, always there.
Jeff Delacruz says, keep Tannen and Colwell for off the bench options. It's not a bad shout. Vincent Taylor says, Willock starting on the bench, coming back into it.
I think it's taken a while, but he's finally shown what he can do. I think he had a terrible time at QPR. He didn't look like a decent player back, and he lost something. And when he started with us, he didn't look too comfortable. I think he struggled out wide for us. He struggled number 10. I didn't think he looked comfortable on the ball. But the last few games, he's really coming to his own. I don't know if that's because the players around him or if it's a confidence thing or maybe it's fitness thing, but he's growing into a decent player for us, to be fair.
Jonathan Davis, Robinson said after the game he knows the hard work Rhys puts in and wanted to show him their thanks and that they're still fighting for him. Also said players have to take the blame. Yeah, brilliant. Jonathan Davis again. Franco's teeth look better than our performance versus Oxford, so I was surprised by today's performance. Night and day, players actually gave everything today.
Was you surprised?
That's the frustrating thing is we know the capabilities of the players we got, so we know, and that I think that's why we get so frustrated, isn't it? Is because how can you go from playing like we did against Oxford to that performance today when it's that's the frustrating thing, isn't it?
That's what I was going to say to you. How it's frustrating because you see certain players just jogging back, not getting stuck in, chickening out to certain tackles and avoiding getting hurt. And then she'd say now they all got stuck in. I mean, Bagan with some great tackling from Bagan, leaving a foot in, Dowder running through a tackle. The difference in 2 or 3 days. I mean, what's changed? Like the words must have been said after that game. There must have been a team meeting or something with certain players saying things because the attitude difference was massive today. It's night and day.
Yeah. Paul says, the ref let the game flow, which for a change helped. But I thought the one Watford lad should have been red carded after 2 blatant fouls. Yeah. Sue's best all-round performance yet. Players certainly show they can do it. Has to do wonders for our confidence. Martin Ryan, Willock's pass and Ashford's movement was superb. We have a good record at Vicarage Road, and it's surprising we managed it again because they're unbeaten in 17 at home. So let's talk a little. I'll jump out to the comments for a second and talk a little bit about Watford. Obviously, they've been on a decent run. I think Boxing Day they come from behind. I think they were 1-0 down, and I can't remember who they were playing, but I'm pretty sure they won 2-1. They'll be up and around on thereabouts the playoffs, you think?
It depends. You've seen what they like sacking managers. If they keep Cleverly, I think they'll be okay. I think he'll do a decent job, but we've seen it before. They've hired a manager. He's not top of the league after 3 games, 4 games. They'll sack him for someone. So who knows with Watford? But I think he's done a good job. I was surprised. I thought we made him look poor today. I didn't think they were poor. I thought we made him look poor, which was a good thing. I was surprised that the striker they brought on, is it Fetty on his shirt?
I'm not sure.
Or whatever his name was, Festy on his shirt, I think it was, sorry. The dreadlocks, big muscular guy. He was getting bullied off the ball by Bagan all the time.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he would be up there today. Like, I thought their attitude looked poor. But I think they'll be fine. I think they need 1 or 2. Like most clubs, they're already 1 or 2 players away from actually challenging something.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to most of the teams in this league. Same as us, 1 or 2 players away, and all of a sudden you're looking at a different team, really.
Yeah. Suze as well, loved the way Robinson ran to Rhys and hugged him. Jonathan Davis fully expected a salty press conference from Cleverley, but he actually admitted they didn't perform and we were the better side on the day and deserved the result. Fair play. Andrew says we have beaten them at Vicarage Road the last 4 visits. How much of that do you think plays on? Do you think that plays on players' minds when they go into games like that, knowing that we've won there the last 3 times? And
I reckon. See, I think saying that they looked at the table more than anything and went, "Look, this is Cardiff side. I've not won in the last God knows how many games. Look how poor they looked. If we get at them early, we can turn their fans against them. Their heads will drop. We can punish these." I think there was that. And I think that meant then they weren't active from the get-go. So we scored straight away off the kick-off. I think that stunned them a bit. I think it took a while to get back into the game. When they did, they probably thought, right, we're back into it now. We'll start again. And we scored straight away again. And I think we just kept catching them cold. I think Dean probably looked at us and thought we'd be an easy win today. And we haven't got to put 100% in. I think it may be that complacency kicked in for them.
Was it you who said to me earlier about Tom done the talk before the game and pointed all towards the away fans?
Paul, that was.
Oh, right, okay.
Paul put the chat. But yeah, I see the clip of that. The club posted it. And he pointed to the fans, he did, to be fair. And he's probably just saying, look, you owe it to them. More than anyone else, you owe it to them. They've paid a lot of good money to travel and watch you today. The fans, to be fair, Cardiff fans travel up and down the country. And some of the performances have been nothing but a disgrace. So they owed it to the fans saying. It was good to see I think at the end of the game, it's probably a relief as well to be able to celebrate with your fans for once because they haven't had a chance for a while, so that's going to help. Yeah,
and just again, I think we said earlier in the show, fair play to all who went up to Watford today. It was noticeable on the telly. They were nice and loud. I haven't come to the comments yet. If anybody did go, there's just so blinking many. I don't know if I'll get through them all, but we're trying, yeah. Where are we? Sue says, hope O'Dowd's injury is not serious. Caught him on the ankle where he's had a problem recently. He's had a problem every bloody way the last couple of years, haven't he? It's just, but again, I think he's been awesome for us. And I know you said earlier, you think, if you had to call player of the season now, I think he's head and shoulders above everybody at the moment. I know Reno, like you said earlier, is knocking on the door, but I think his attitude, his work rate, he's been brilliant for us, hasn't he? So hopefully it's just a knock and precautionary. They took him off.
I think it helps as well. Like you've seen when certain players have tried to, when we lost games, they just walked off the pitch, not said it to the fans. O'Dowd has gone to the fans and apologised all the time. I think it shows he actually cares. And I think the fans do appreciate O'Dowd more than he probably knows right now. But again, a lot of the others could take some leaf from his book because, again, he's 100% committed all the time, every game. Doesn't shirk from a challenge. He's probably playing through injuries most weeks. We know how injury prone he is. He's probably playing through injuries all the time. So,
yeah. Jonathan Davis, possession today didn't matter. Watford didn't really do anything with it. Agreed. And I think Rhys mentioned earlier, I don't think we allowed them to do and create much. So credit must go to the way we defended and the way we set up there. Steve, today was the second lowest amount of passes by us, just 200 versus 526. But in that 200, the two best passes created 2 goals. So take that all day. Jonathan Davis, it's full proof we done well today. Can someone tell me a time Anik had to make a good save today? I think you said that earlier. He wasn't really tested, was he? So, yeah, I'll highlight it there. John, Paul, thing is, with having so much possession, you have to be making things happen. We had games like Watford did all season. We dominate, but end up on the wrong scoreline. Graham, one thing I think we can work on a few times. We headed the ball to their players when it could have been brought down and kept.
I think that's just I think that will come naturally as we're winning games. I think at the minute it's a case of get the ball away from the goal as quick as possible. If it's in midfield, just get on a header, win the header, win the first ball, let's deal with the second ball. I think as we win games and pick up points now, I think that will just settle down. Players will probably take the ball on the chest, look to pass it, control it a bit more. I just think at the minute it's just a case of get rid of the ball. Just clear lines always.
I want to make a mistake. It's a bit nervy, squeaky bum time type of thing. Steve says Joel Colwell scored again today, his 9th goal this season. See, they lost today, though. I think we were talking about it earlier, when we 5-3, I think Champion lost today.
That's it.
This is an interesting one. Bamford looked fed up coming on for a few minutes for Leeds today. Perhaps a cheeky loan offer may be worth a try.
See, he's about 32 now, I think. I don't rate Bamford at all.
He's scored a couple of booties over the years, mind, hasn't he?
Yes, but again, he's one of those players, right? He has 10 chances to score 1 goal normally. I don't think he's injury prone all the time. He's on massive money and Leeds. I think he's overhyped. I wouldn't want him at Cardiff. I want to get someone younger, someone who could probably hold the ball up at a pace, run in the channels, run behind. Work at defence. I don't want Bamford. Not for me.
Bamford is Leeds' top earner. That's why they can't shift him. His wages are ridiculous, and he's well past it.
Yeah, totally agree.
Paul says he wouldn't mind Bamford as a backup. He's a goal scorer, and we need it. I don't think we'll pay his wages for him just to be a backup. Don't need to do that. We got Kanga, man. Martin Ryan, it's their age and injury profile. A catalogue of injuries has its effects. Oh, here's an interesting one. Apparently, Rambo's injured again and is out till February now.
Just in time now, because he'll be back for March for the Wales Internationals. He'll play for them, pick up an injury again, and that's him for season done. Yeah,
it's getting a bit bonkers now, isn't it? I know it was his birthday Boxing Day, so happy birthday, Rambo, for Boxing Day. But, it's
we all love Ramsey. Like, don't get me wrong, we all absolutely love him, and we all wish he could be on the pitch, game in, week in, week out. He's such a massive player for us. Sadly, injuries have ruined the end of his career, and it's ruined his 2-year spell with us, sadly. The only positive I can think of is if he is every day in the training ground, helping young Rhubarb, helping Ashford, working with the Cardiff players. Hopefully he's doing that, because that would be massive if that's the case, because again, you can't, no matter what coaches you bring in, if you haven't got a player like Ramsey doing it, it's a different thing, so hopefully he's there on the training ground with them.
Yeah. Steve, with regards to Ramsey and Rolls, from the last 70 league games, Ramsey has played just 17 times, Rolls 33. Injuries at this club are killing us. Agreed. Another new name in the chat tonight. Welcome, Curtis Marshall. Thank you for getting involved, buddy. And he says, I can't see Cardiff buying players in January, most likely loan signings. Again, I think we mentioned that on previous podcasts where we think we'd probably rely heavily on free transfers or loan signings. I'd be very surprised if we've seen the checkbook being opened. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I don't think we'll pay any money for anyone. I think we paid £500,000 to loan Kanga for the season. And I think if that's the case, we probably can't just send him back. We got to just negotiate that probably now. Yeah, I can't see us buying players. It will be free transfers. It might be like a case of player X is at Liverpool or wherever. He wants to leave. We're offering them. We'll say, look, we'll take his contract. Let him come to us. Maybe a case of that. But if that happens, players got to leave first, I think. So it all depends.
Yeah, Martin Ryan, Ashford stretches defenders. Jonathan Davis, I think we need our players to know when to play slow football from the back. Our players seem to want to do it on counters and everything. It won't work. It's too slow. Play needs to be fast. And he goes on to say, time wasting, creating spaces and drawing the press out play from the back. But on the counter attacks or attacks, we need to be fast and clinical. Morgan Davis, if we get a good striker and maybe a midfielder and defender, the squad could be a top half side. Agree there. under 21 coach was there today too. Martin says, Ashford, like many of our academy products, is comfortable on both feet. Just like his work rate and his work ethic, really. If he loses the ball, he's tracking back. We've said a couple of times today, he's tracked back and defended well and, put the ball out for a throw-in or a corner and won a throw-in. Paul says, I need some company in green. Sign up for memberships. On that note, if you do want to join Cardiff City World, you can see the information across the bottom. For the price of a cup of coffee a month, you can become a Patreon member. Cardiff content on Cardiff City World 7 days a week. But you do have access then to member shows, early access to tickets to live events. Simon is in the process of filling the diary now for 2025. And hopefully we'll have an announcement now early January of the first one for the new year. If you've got any questions regarding the membership or Patreon or anything, drop them in the comments or get in touch with me, Rhys, Simon, Rob, anyone, and we'll do all we can to help. Jonathan Davis says the players had a meeting after the Oxford game. Rhys Robinson confirmed that in his interview. We have on the road at Vicarage, we have one on the road at Vicarage Road in the last 4 visits. Jonathan Davis says Festi, I'm not even going to try and say that, was a winger. Jefferson was the striker.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Festi guy, he was a big lump of a lad, and Begum was just pushing him off the ball. He was flopping on the floor, rolling around. I'd surprised, he looked like he didn't want to be out there today.
That Jefferson, is that the one who missed the header and should have scored?
Probably, yeah. Kutas left him wide open at the back, free header, and he absolutely missed it, and he thank God for that.
Jeff says, I think Richard Shaw must have the ability to put the shites into the players. Maybe we have got a good guy, bad guy coaching team now. Interesting. Shaw was taking a lot of notes during the game. Oh, we have got a new member. I'll bring it up in a minute. Martin Ryan. Jeff, I think you may have a very valid point there. Shaw was uncompromising defender in his day. I think a lot of defenders back in that era were
no nonsense,
no nonsense. Like Jonathan Davis says, he watched a few videos on Shaw to see what he's like as a coach. Seems very vocal and to the point. Not a lot of videos about mostly Watford academy coaches. Welcome, Graham. Graham is now a member. Thank you very much, buddy. You have now joined Paul in green. Top man.
The best pod out there.
No, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Guys, like I said, if you want to follow Graham, much appreciated if you can. It does help Si and the channel out a lot. Thank you very much. Jeff says Jack Alnick had no saves today. Yeah, very quiet game in fairness, didn't he? Andrew Davis says, rather bring back Caldwell from Cheltenham.
I'm told that one.
I don't think he will, though, to be honest. If they take him from Cheltenham, I can just see him going to a Division 1 club. I don't think he's going to come in and be an out-and-out mainstay in our first team, I don't think. So I would rather him, go to a Division 1 team and demand he got to play if he's fit type of thing.
Well, it's one of those, he looks settled at Cheltenham now and he's established himself as number 10 for him and he's doing brilliant. If you pull him out now there and take him to a League One side, it's a certain category of side he'll go to. It'll be a mid-table at best. And he won't have established himself there, so he might be in and out the team, playing here, dropped again next week. Play then, dropped again. Or he goes to relegation side, and all of a sudden, when things are going bad, he'll be the first one dropped because he's a lone player. And when you are fighting relegation, lone players are often the first ones to be dropped because the attitude is they don't care if they get relegated because they go back to their parent club. So regardless of his ability and his attitude, he might drop him anyway. And if he does come back to us and we are struggling, they'll drop him because of his age rather than anything else. They'll just go, he's a youngster, need experience in there. And he plays, like I said, he plays best as a 10. Do you drop Ruben to play him as 10 instead? And then leave Ruben on the bench? Or do you try to sell Ruben? If we sold Ruben in January, I'd say bring him back and play him as 10. If we're keeping Ruben, I'd say keep him at loan at Cheltenham, I would.
Just going back to that comment, Andrew meant he'd rather have Colwell back than sign Bamford.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, fair comment there. And just a reminder as well, tomorrow night, for the members in the chat, I think Rob Boyle is doing a members-only show tomorrow night. That'll probably be 9 o'clock, 9:15, knowing Rob. But yeah, I think he's headlining that tomorrow night, I believe. The last one of 2024, so get involved. And also Sai is doing the breakdown, and that'll be live tomorrow evening as well. I'm guessing that'll probably be around 8 o'clock. If Sai is in the chat, I'm sure he will confirm it. But if not, just have a look out on our social media pages, and all the information will be there for you. But if you do like and subscribe to Cardiff City World on YouTube, you can press the notification. So when we do go live, you will get a message ping up on your phone. If you can go on the YouTube channel and like and subscribe and do all that malarkey, it does help us with the channel. So it would be much appreciated if we could do that. Graham says, if they play like today every week and players coming back, plus the youngsters we have, we won't need a lot of new players. Jonathan Davis, we have a few close to returning. One you'll be worried about, apparently, there's been talks about Wintle recall. I'd be very, very surprised to see him in a Cardiff shirt again, if I'm completely honest.
I think, my mate would say, I think Millwall want to send him back anyway because he's not playing for him. He can't get a game for them, and it's taking up a lot of wages, so they'll probably want to send him back regardless. If we can get a few bob for him, brilliant. If not, we'll just loan him out to someone else or sell him on.
Yeah. That's the price of the memberships, I think, Paul. Thanks for posting that up, buddy. Paul Sweeney, another new name I don't think I've seen before. Thanks for getting involved, buddy. Thank goodness for the win today. Spoiling my life. Things we got to do, but Jonathan Davis says, I know Sai has been looking forward to Wintle returning. Phil Jones, Joel will be a better player than Ruben. He has more aggression. And I think that's been said by quite a few people over the last 18 months or so, that, you know, Joel's got loads and loads of potential, and it's just good now that he's out there and he's proving that. I know he's at League Two, but it just goes to show that he can make that step up from playing under 21s or under 23s into, you know, senior football. Youngster, he's only going to get better as well. But just having that experience at such a young age, being out playing against, you know, seasoned pros and players who've been around the block type of thing, is only going to benefit him long term. And, you know, if that's going to benefit Cardiff City in playing at Cheltenham for another 6 months or moving up a division and perhaps going to Exeter, there's been rumours, then I'm all for it. I just wouldn't want to call him back and he plays 40 minutes every, you know, 5 or 6 games type of thing.
Well, it's one of those where at Cheltenham he's quickly becoming the main man. That carries a different kind of pressure as well. So he will learn from that as well, being the main focus week in, week out. He will have to learn now to play against players who are targeting him. He will carry the pressure of being the number 10 and stuff. So, again, if he goes to another club, he won't have that pressure. So this is great for his development. I think it's about a year or two a bit late. He should have been out to Cheltenham, I think, 2 years ago, I'd say, when he's 18. He should be at 20 years old, coming back to us now, being a regular on our side. But while he's there, let him play week in, week out, let him keep playing. It's only going to do better for him to be in the long run. And it benefits us. Because the last thing we want is recall him back, not play for us, release him in 2 years' time, and then he goes off to somewhere like League One, has a great 2 years, and ends up in the Premier League.
Would you have liked to see Ruben come on a little bit earlier? Obviously, it was difficult given the circumstances and the way the game was going. But I know you've said previously that you would like Ruben to be playing with someone with a bit of pace on the wings and things. Potentially, do you think that could happen on Wednesday, Ruben and Keane Ashford playing together?
Nah, I don't know. I think Robertson looked a lot better as number 10 than Ruben does for me today. I thought, again, Ruben, when he plays, he just sticks right down side. He favours one side and he needs time and space in the ball. Teams know this. They put a man on him. He can't do nothing with it. He loses the ball. And he tries so many flicks and tricks and to get space and time. Doesn't come off. Robertson today just drifted into pockets of space. Simple on the ball. Kept it simple. Quick pass and move. I think Robertson will play 10 on Wednesday. I think he's earned the right to play 10. Pompey fans were saying he was a brilliant number 10 for them. And they loved him there. So, again, I'd stick with him as 10. I think Ruben should be dropped now for a week or two. Work hard in training. Get your head down. Try and learn something from watching other players play. And come back a better player, hopefully. But yeah, I'd stick with Robertson.
Martin Ryan says, harsh on Ruben. We were all singing his praises when he was tearing teams apart. That was just going on Phil's comment when he said Joe will be a better player than Ruben. Vincent says, Cardiff get at Coventry Wednesday. We should have won at Coventry. Come on, Bluebirds. And that's the thing. The thing that worries me is that we just go into that game lackadaisy. We've got to start like we did today. 100 mile an hour at the blocks. Forget we're playing at home and you want to settle. Let's just get at them from the first minute.
Agreed.
Because if we can score a goal in the first 5 or 10 minutes, that changed the complete atmosphere of the game. Coventry are chasing it. We're all bouncing in the CCS and just puts them under so much pressure, doesn't it?
Well, again, how many times have we seen us at home this season? The first 10 minutes, we're sloppy, we're slow. I mean, Plymouth, when we played them, the first 5 minutes, then Gobafemi went clean through and missed a one-on-one. We went on 1-8. Against Pompey, they went clean through. We won it. Thankfully, they missed it. Norwich, first 10 minutes, they went clean through at one point, missed it. The amount of times teams come up to us at our place, and the first 10 minutes, we're not at the place, like, do you mean? We're too slow, we're too sluggish, we don't look there. We need to start fast, get on the ball, dominate the ball. Don't set up to avoid defeat. Look to attack them. We're the home side. Give the fans something to cheer about. If you have the ball, get stuck in, win a big tackle. Give the fans something to get up for, like.
Here's your chance now, right? So if there is somebody watching at Cardiff City, what would be your little bits of, your words of wisdom for Wednesday night then?
I mean, fucking hell.
Are you on the spot now, aren't I?
Well, it's one of those, right, where I hate saying it, right, but Swansea City do this every derby, right? They bring staff in that work at the club, and they tell them their stories of what the derby means to them, right? And we go into games and we just don't care. Every single fan out there, right, pays good hard money for that privilege to watch our team. They're lucky to wear their shirt for Cardiff City, do you know what I mean? Yeah. We follow up and down the country, away games, Tuesday night games, Wednesday night games, freezing cold, treated like shit by the club, we do. Absolutely treat like awful by the club. The club don't care about us. And all we care about is the players.
You had a key ring issue, mind, and a wallet.
But apparently now they're looking to ban fans now for chanting anti-tan songs, so I'm not surprised. But like the fans, we're a special breed, we are. Right? You look at every single former player that's been to us: Chopra, McNaughton, Roger Johnson, Darren Pearce, Sean Morrison, players all them years ago, Cav. They all say the same thing. Cardiff is a special place. It's because as fans, right, as long as you put the effort in, we will support you. You haven't got to have the ability. As long as you've got the effort and the desire, we will support and back you. Just show us you care about the club, and we will back you 100%. That's all you got to do. Like, and we will get behind you. If you lose a game and you've shown you're willing to get stuck in, fight for every ball, we'll all go home disappointed, but we'll still back you. If you put in some of the performances we've done this season so far, then it's a wonder our fans are turned to. Like, but yeah, I'd be screaming at some of the players.
Somebody from Cardiff City now who's watching this, right? They're going to cut that little bit out of the video now, and it'll be up on the big screen in the changing rooms now Wednesday night.
This clown said you're fucking shit. This guy says you're useless. That's what it'll be.
Jonathan Davis says Colwell scored again today. Yeah, we mentioned that, I think. Kieran Brown also scored again today for Oxford against Plymouth. I did see that. And Paul says Colwell versus Colwell next year will be an interesting one playing together. I don't think that'll happen, to be honest. Jonathan Davis, players temporarily have to put up with our board. We are stuck with them. We look to the players for an uplift when they're not given their all. It hurts. Yeah, summed that up perfectly. So we're an hour and 10 minutes into the show, guys. You got to get up for work tomorrow. You working tomorrow, buddy?
No, I'm off tomorrow. Thankfully.
I think so we're going to look to wrap up in the next couple of minutes, guys. Similar thing I want you guys to get involved with afterwards. Once the video is finished and we've stopped the live, if you can go in and put your score predictions for the Cardiff versus Coventry game on Wednesday, it would be very much appreciated. Just go in there, pop your score. If you want to put the score out as well, by all means. But we've had lots of people watching tonight, lots of people engaging comments. So after the video's finished, if you can go back onto the YouTube video, just put a comment on there of what you think the result will be on Wednesday. That would be much appreciated. Don't do it in the chat now. Wait for the video to end. And, it really helps us with the algorithm of the videos and things.
I just want to say thank you to everyone as well who watches and comments. This is our first season doing this now, the 1927 Club. And it's the last one of 2024. And it's what we've done it for three months, I want to say. We started partway through the season. So it's the growth has been massive. Like there's so many new commenters all the time. So this is fantastic. So for everyone who watches and comments and stuff, thank you for all of it. It's brilliant. Without you guys, we wouldn't do this. So tell your friends, tell everyone.
Hit the like button. You got it, Paul. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to sing when City win away. John Ridout. I don't know what that is.
A sled looks like. Is it? Oh, Redbirds.
Robin must be a Bristol City fan, is it?
Unless he's on like an Android, because I think it's Android. Well, one of them, when he put a Bluebird on it changes to a Redbird. That's because he can't put it through properly.
No, I don't know. John, you'll have to explain that comment, buddy.
It was a sled, first of all.
Yeah. But, there we go. Jonathan Davis says Bluebirds.
All the way.
But thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget to pop onto the live after the live is finished now. Pop on and put your score predictions. Apparently, it is Android Bluebirds, so we forgive you, John. There's another new comment, another new person commenting. So, yes, awesome. Brilliant. Thank you very much, guys, for getting involved. We will be back on Wednesday evening, I think, but yeah.
Is it? No, because the game's on there. Oh, what time is the game on Wednesday? I'm so thrown about. I'm actually thrown. Yeah, Wednesday, that's fine. Yeah. I thought it was like game for some reason then, because it's Wednesday.
You're getting to see more of us through the festive period because there's so many games. So, yeah, happy days. But just to remind you all, Rob Boyle is back with the member show tomorrow evening. Simon is back for the live breakdown show of today's game tomorrow evening. Please keep an eye out on our socials for the timings of both of those. ACE Podcast Nation members and the Cardiff City World YouTube members, you'll get notifications via email once Sai is created or all up. But we'd just like to take this opportunity, as Rhys mentioned earlier, to thank everybody who does get involved. Thanks for supporting us up until this point. Wish everybody a happy new year, and let's hope 2025 can help us get away from the bottom of the table, and everybody has a healthy and prosperous 2025. Happy days. No star pub.
All the best.